A gathering skill is very important to the game of RuneScape 3. Hello, my name is ZabaQ, and welcome to another video of Skill Talk for RuneScape 3. And I'm going to talk about a recent skill category that I have actually achieved in that fall, and that is the gathering category. So the gathering skill is actually kind of unique in a certain, instead of staying in one place for these kind of skills, I must go on a journey and take on different kind of areas to explain each kind of skill in a certain. You can see a lot of places that you may know or haven't seen before, but in time it has changed. For the time being. Anyway, before I get into the first skill I want to talk about, I want to do the category list for suggesting. So, as you know, I just unlocked the gathering skill cape, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like for the cape. You may saw the hood of it, and that was pretty much. It's pretty cool how it works in this sort of thing. Let me take off the hatchet, just to see a better look, and how it formats like gemstones for mining, the leaves for wood cutting, and the trees too. The orbs of divination, the cape with the waterfall is actually for fishing, and there is also farming too, but I'm not sure what's the benefit from the cave at all. Maybe it's actually the leaves you plant and then harvest throughout the way. Yeah, that could be possible. Well, anyway, let me talk about the category. Let's do what I want to suggest. So let's start with my favorite skill, and that is mining. My least favorite is hunter. The slowest skill is fishing. The fastest skill is actually divination. The hardest skill is archaeology. The easiest skill is woodcutting. The cheapest skill is farming. Now, farming is kind of different for two ways. It can be cheap for farm runs, and it can be expensive for player-owned farm. But that's all the categories after all. And that's actually pretty much it. So let me jump into the first skill I want to talk about, and that is actually mining, and my favorite skill of all time. I'm gonna head to the mining site, and I talk about the skill after all. Okay, so mining is actually a skill that I have been focusing on for 11 years. For the past 11 years, I've been actually grinding levels for mining after all. Look, this is a mining guild that you access at level 60 mining. There's a whole bunch of ores and that sort of thing. Back then in RuneScape, there was not these kind of ores after all, like the old kind of ore, and the ruined ore. And that's the thing. There was only mithril and coal. Look, I'm pretty sure there was like an adamant ore too. And this mining guild after all. So they did change it up, and that's the thing. Why that? Because this skill got reworked. The mining smithing rework actually introduced themselves to it. This is actually not new. This is actually quite older too. There were ores in here. Back then there were actually runite ore and coal and maybe an addy all around it, and that sort of thing. Now there's Lunarit and Draconian all. The thing about mining is when you mine an ore block, you have a stamina bar and a progress bar. And then your progress bar, it allows you to how many ores you actually mining in your inventory. If your inventory is full, you can put all those ore into an ore box. They have different kind of tier levels and that sort of thing. Same thing with the pickaxes. These pickaxes have actually different kind of tier levels to bronze. Bronze, you mine copper and tin, and then you go all the way into Outer Moon to mine light amber and dark amber, and that sort of thing. Hey, now they actually did upgrade this skill again, and you technically get this skill to level 110. Past level 99. Now I achieve at that in the cell, and I'm gonna show you it. So you can pass at level 100, or you can mine the primal mining at Demon Behind Parameters. Let me show you that, and I'm going to top up my main kinship, and it will take me to the area where I can mine these ores. It's all around the area of the dungeon area, all around it. There are 10 new ores that you can mine around this area, and when you mine each kind of ore and that sort of thing, you can actually smelt them into power bars to make weapons and armor, even the primal pickaxe, and that sort of thing. Now and then there are also 2 pickaxes that you can actually able to use for a smart way. So those 2 are the pickaxe of Earth and Song and the pickaxe of Life and Death. Those 2 allows you to mine ores a lot better, and you can also augment those pickaxes after all. They're kind of complicated to actually get them. It's the same thing as the way how you get a crystal pickaxe and the infernal pickaxe, but mainly it's actually the core hammer, Targo's core hammer after all, and that's how you make the pickaxe of the song, and then combine that with the pickaxe of life and death. And when you mine, it is actually AFK. You can mine as long as you want. And if your stamina bar is actually quite low, you are still mining, but you just progress bar goes pretty slow to mine. That's why you want to keep your stamina bar up if you want to know how to mine the right way. As you know, there's actually sparkle areas, and that gives you a quicker chance to mine even faster and to get your progress bar even shorter and that sort of thing. So there's nothing much about that, but that's actually pretty much it about mining. So let me go ahead and show you the other skills of yabbing. Alright, so Hunter is the next skill I'm going to talk about. Now I want to get this out of my way because it's actually my least favorite skill. I don't like the skill a lot because I really want to it's kind of unuseless to the player accounts, like how you actually hunt animals and that sort of thing. But sometimes it goes to be important based on what kind of animals you want to hunt for. So the big thing about hunter is actually big game hunter. I did a guide about big game hunter, how you play and how you use it and that sort of thing. But also hunter has certain ways you actually trap animals and that sort of thing. Let me go to hunter tab. You can actually okay. Let's go to the top. So you start with hunter with tracking, or you use snail, which actually is bird catching, and then you progress all the way into doing butterflies. There is also imp catching. Imp catching is like a quite important thing for hunter. For actually low levels, and then when you get higher levels, you do box dropping, and that's actually pretty good after all the box trapping thing. The one thing you won't get into for long is actually big game hunter, because that requires level 75 hunter after all, and then you also need level 40 or 50 slayer and diesel. So you got a long way to go before you take on big game hunter. You can do, like I say, you can do box trap or net traps too with the salamanders. I'm pretty sure the salamanders actually have much better XP than the box trapping with the chin choppers. After all, but once you get into big game hunter, everything's lifesaver. Your XP is way much higher and better per hour, and you can go grind some levels with it. So then, especially when you need the acquire slayers levels with it, with all these um, dinosaurs you have to hunt. So it tells you what you can hunt at it, and it's 55 actually. So yeah, you get a point. Like it's kind of good. And good, Indy. So, and then if you want to go into something original, let me go to the Aquarium campsite. This is where you get to unlock um, Big Game Hunter after all. But this is actually what you want to go for Hunter. The Hunter Mark shop. This allows you to buy some items with Hunter marks, and you can do that for time being. It requires you to build the Hunter Mark shop at Aaron Coin's base site at all. Look. But that's actually pretty much it for Hunter. And I want you guys to watch a guide for being Hunter after all. So moving on to the next skill after ND Self. Let's do it. Next skill is actually fishing. So we're down the list actually for all them. And the fishing skill is how you works and something. Where I am right now is actually the fishing guild. What level you've actually catch shark is what level you can actually enter this fishing guild. I believe it's level 75 fishing. You can actually catch shark in the cell. Oh, but the main idea about fishing is actually the deep sea fishing. This is one of the best fishing areas you can actually fish. It's at any at I say mid level in this sort of thing, because you can't enter at low level. But one thing that actually can save your life is actually a deep sea fishing. It's a fishing area that you actually farm for many hours, and you could just keep farming for a long time, and also you catch any fish you would like. like it's called storm fishing. Fishing, and all you need is like a net after all. Well, I'm pretty sure you need both kind of nets, the small net and a big net. But you just fish as many fish you want, and there's no. I'd say it's low of 60s actually fish this area, but there's no way that's 60 at all. But anyway, hey, fishing is kind of slow because you have to. All you do is just fish and put them into your inventory, and then you do the same thing again. You don't get that much XP based on what kind of fishing method you do. Like with storm fishing, it's you fish all different kinds of fishes. Says with one of the best food fish for fishing is actually sail fishing, and it's in the deep fishing area. It's right here, sail fishing, and that's actually the level 92 fishing, fishing and diesel, and then also many other methods you could take on, but they don't give you that many XP for each out for every hour in diesel. That's why it's kind of slow. Uh, but that's actually kind of the way fishing works. But if you want to save your life with tons of food, go ahead and join the fishing skill. After all, yeah. Let's move on to the next skill. The next skill is actually divination. Divination is actually a new skill that was actually instituted with the new age of RuneScape 3, the 6th age, and a brand new number in the game of RuneScape 3. Divination is actually a really useful skill in the game because you actually collect, you convert energy to put them into an energy storage, and you actually get a lot of XP. Reason why it's so fast because you actually have a really good method to channel through at actually a really good level. Oh, and that sort of thing. I do want to show you where it is actually because this skill L this skill method gives you a lot of XP per hour, and you can actually get to level 99 pretty fast at all. Oh, look. The one thing I cannot show you is actually a what's inside the width. I think it's called some of the DVDs. These. One of these actually tells you about divination. So here you go. Is this one? Two? No, not that one. I think it's called Gus's Catch. I don't think it's on the on DVDs, but you get a point. Point actually is not that one. It allows you to play. Here you go. Gus's Catches. So this mini game actually gives you a chance to skill divination after all. And in the end, you can get divination outfit pieces or XP for divination after all. This is the big game forward. Right? When you reach a certain level of divination, which is level 60, I believe so. Oh, but I'm pretty sure it's something else. It's another level. But when you reach level 6C, it goes the divination goes down by a lot. Like every 10 levels, you get to convert into energy, spirit, but when you hit level 60, the next one is 65, I believe so, or 70. It's actually down for. So the next one is 75. But you get a point. Point is actually kind of very strong skill and that sort of thing. I want to show you what it looks with actually the area you can actually convert them. So hold on, I just left the area and I forgot to convert them. That's fine. Anyway, this is actually the area you can actually farm for 100,000 XP per hour. The whole memories. Just enter this pool. Well, I'm pretty sure it's level 60 divination to you need acquirement to enter it. And all you do is just go here, grab a jar, and then you just circle around to each area of memories and just convert it. And then sometime soon you have to convert at the middle of this memory slot, and it gives you pretty much a good amount of XP too. If you go to a world that has a lot of people, you actually do get a chance to convert in the middle after all. Well, so yeah, and then when you draw is full, you could actually drop off right here at the unstable width, and that allows you to get tons of XP for donation. I think it's like 10,000 each jar you actually deposit after all. But yeah, and I think that's actually pretty much it about divination. So let me go ahead and jump into the next skill. The next skill is actually Archaeology. Archaeology is actually another new skill that actually was accessed to RuneScape 3. And Archaeology is actually quite hard and so. So why is, like I said, I did explain about Archaeology at all in a recent video. Why this skill is actually kind of the hardest one ever. Well, that's because there's a book, it's more like a journal, and this journal allows you to research a lot of things you have to farm to grind through, especially where you want to go for. After all, so archaeology is kind of is useful in DSO because you actually have to farm the artifacts, grind for materials, and some dig sites that actually are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clans. But I'm pretty sure there's 8 dig sites around Gernord. Let me check the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 dig sites around Gernord. And this area, the Archaeology Guild, where the dig site is where you will sort for archaeology. And then you can progress through all the way into with different kind of dig sites and that sort of thing. This is actually, where is it? This is the only dig site that's high level, Othin and Anacoium. So yeah, and mainly this is where you want to start for the first dig site at Lamaka, the Korean dig site. But yeah, that's how archaeology goes through. The one big thing about archaeology is actually the mysteries. These mysteries allows you to progress through to each dig site, allows you to open new areas for each one of them. And the further you get into each kind of dig site, you're also allowed to actually uncover new areas you want to change to here in D-Cell. This is actually a skill that can actually reach level 120 in D-Cell. Oh, and you also get different kind of tier levels for archaeology. This is where you actually get them all for the shop. You start as an intern, and you work your way up all the way to Grandmaster at level 99 archaeology. Gee, there's actually a progress tab for it. I'm gonna talk to my thing, and he tells you what kind of progress you have to work for and level up and that sort of thing. If you want to reach a certain tier level like Grandmaster, this is what you have to do, and that sort of thing, and it tells you um, what kind of artifacts you must collect and what kind of resources what kind of memories you have to solve and that sort of thing. So it's a whole bunch of mysteries after all. And that's archaeology. Gee. So let's move on to the next skill, woodcutting. Nice. Now we get into the juicy greedy of this one skill that's kind of easy to do. It's actually super easy to attain because everybody does it when they start a new account. Woodcutting. Woodcutting is actually a skill that you just chop down trees for hours and hours, and that's all you do. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Nothing too hard, nothing too experimental. All you do is just go ahead and chop down trees around good node. No, there's different kinds of trees around it. There's vanilla trees, the oak trees, the willow, the maple, and so on and so forth. When you go all the way down to the elder trees. The elder trees actually where you hit the big money for woodcutting in D-Cell. When you actually do woodcutting, you can actually farm for many hours as you can, and each kind of tree tier level has a hatchet, and that what I have is actually the Encanto hatchet. You start with the bronze hatchet and work your way up to the Encanto hatchet at tier 80. I'm pretty sure this is actually tier 80 hatchet after all, but you just do that for the time being. Now this skill is actually going to be updated to level 110. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen this month for November in DSO, and we get to see what kind of new trees we actually cut down and turn them into a crafting material for fletching and that sort of thing. And like I said, you can actually turn these logs into fletching, which are crossbows, bows, and arrows too. And and that's actually pretty much it. And then you can also change these logs into planks to use for construction. So it's like a win-win. So then, same thing with fire making to turn these logs into campfires at all. So that why it's kind of easy at all for woodcutting in these cell, because you also get a ore box when you actually a wood box. It's the same thing as an ore box in these cell, just a different kind of name. And there's nothing else to it, I gotta say, but it's kind of good actually to how it works. And then while you're cutting down trees, you also get bird nests, and that sort of thing, and that actually goes into your wood box after all. So yeah, and I think that's actually pretty much it about wood cutting. So nothing about it. Let's move on to the final one, farming. Okay, the last one for the skill of gathering is actually farming. So there are two methods about farming, and those are farm ones, going around getting or harvest some crops or herbs or mushrooms and that sort of thing, and then you can actually do other farm ones around getting or after all. The other method of farm ones for farming is play on farm. So I'll start playing on farm soon, but I just want to show you some farm paths you can actually take on. Starting, so this is one of them in Faldo. And there's a flower patch, there's an almond patch, there's a herb patch, and then starting. And around the area, you also have a compost bin too, which you get to use empty buckets and get the compost after all. But it's very important when we're actually harvesting or doing some farming in these certain pouches and certain, you can actually do a couple of farm runs certain of things. If you want to do herb ones, you have to start at a certain area angle and then work your way down or up, change which way you want to go through based on what kind of method you want to go take on actually. Like this one, this patch is actually a cactus, and these plants you can grow for as long as you can. It doesn't it doesn't have to replant at all. Just have to grow it once. Another thing about farming is paying the farmer. So the different kind of farmers you have to pay, and they require different kind of food ingredients that you need, like food, vegetables, or many other ones too. So yeah, basically you just want to pay, and so it tells you in the farming tab what kind of food you need to pay to the farmers, and that gives you the chance to actually keep the plants healthy. If I go to one that you may need it. Hold on, let me find it. RS3 is it? Yeah, here you go. You pay the farmer 25 mushrooms. So you give this farmer 25 mushrooms, and the farmer will protect your sapling for a good time until it's fully grown, and you actually chop it down into 2 logs. So yeah, that's the way how farming takes on for it. The other method of farming is actually play on farm. Now this is located in I think it's Iconium, and you farm this area, and you actually have to farm for quite a long time. Like it takes a while to get used to this area of your farm, because you farm different kind of animals and that sort of thing. I think what level is it? 18 farming you start with it? Hold on. '17 farming, my mistake. It's 17 farming you start with this area for it. Now you do farm something original and starting, like you get rabbits for the starting area of farming, and then you work your way up to the dragons and that starting. There's 2 farming areas in Player on Farm. This is the one for the first one for like low and mid tier um, animals. The other one is an aquarium to take this ladder to the manor house and take the research tree, and then we'll take you to the aquarium farm farming place, and we can actually grow your own dinosaurs to like chameleons, salamanders, certain kinds of dinosaurs you can actually grow to. You can even grow a T-Rex after all. Look, now these dinosaurs are actually past low 99. I think only like one or two you can only farm from here, or maybe three. I forgot about the frogs. Those you can actually grow under low 99. But pretty much these are actually the animals you can actually farm past low 99 after all. So yeah, each farmer has a shop, like a market. We can actually buy some farm upgrades, which are actually pens and some breeding too. And then there's also animals you can actually grow. So they have in this area they have the green frog and the green salamander. I believe if you go to the other one, they have the chicken, sheep, and cows, which you actually trade for beans, which is actually the currency for this area. The bean is actually beans, and the way to get that is to trade animals that you actually been growing or breeding in, and you just trade them off to certain area, yeah, to certain farmers that they want. Like there's a one for chinchompas, there's one for zanagas, and there's one for dragons. These are the farm traders you can actually take on to get some beans. Beans and yeah, I was like chickens, sheep, and cow. Now, and it's different based on their gender, role, or and also each farm animal has a different kind of traits to grow. If you have a good trait, there's a possibility you actually can get a golden breed, which is actually for rabbit is called a jackalope. And it's different for each kind of animals in that setting. It does tell you what it is when you go to the end tab setting, and soon you may get it or not. It's kind of it's hard actually because it's a spring of luck. Luck you will actually get it. So yeah, that's pretty much. I believe that's pretty much it. I don't want to spill anything else after all. But yeah, there you have it. That's about it for the gathering skills. So let's end off our video. Okay, so there you have it. That's the end of the skill talk video. I had to talk about every skill for the gathering skill at all. And as you know, this category is actually quite important for the player because you can actually use this category to gather your items, and then also you can actually craft those items to make really good weapons, armor, or certain tools you want to take on in a certain. So yeah, that why these two categories, gathering and Artemis, are kind of a combined skills for in game, and you want to really take apart with them, and you don't want to go hardcore with them because a lot of them are actually not that useful. Well, but something like Hunter is actually not that useful for with I would say it's not that useful for cooking and for Hunter and farming is pretty useful for actually Hunter. I mean for cooking actually, but you get the point. It's actually kind of good. Yeah. But nothing to rant about. I'm done. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Join T Livings. Do follow me on all my social media accounts. And I'll see you next time. Bye.